and welcome. This is Ruth, and today I've got kit number 76 from Tonic Studios to share with you. So obviously today then is the 20th of the month, and that's when myself and the other members of the design team show you their samples and their videos and whatnot, and then the kits are actually sent out to you round about the 1st of the month, depending on what day of the week that falls on. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, and that way you'll be kept up to date with not only the kits but all sorts of other lovely stuff as it comes along. And if you want, you can share it, and don't forget then at the end to give it a big thumbs up and leave me a little comment if you have enjoyed it too. So thank you very much. Let's just open the box and see what's inside. Oh, this is exciting. Bunny and egg. And look, so many of you loved the Easter egg last year, and I can see this is looks to me like a kind of egg, and then you can make it into a bunny if you like. Oh, isn't that so cute? And there's going to be gorgeous things inside. Where will we start? Where will we start? Well, I always like to start at the colours and see what we're going to work with. So let's have a look inside this wallet and see what we've got. So it's lots and lots of Craft Perfect texture weave card. Obviously Craft Perfect is the umbrella name for all of the card of Tonics, but this is the texture weave, so the classic card, and then this is Craft Perfect glitter card. And I'm just going to set them out here, and then I'll read the names off my little list here, and they may not necessarily just be in the exact same order as they're sitting there, but I'll do my best to print them out. Oh, this is yellow print, so I'm struggling to read it in that light, but I'm sure it'll be fine. 2 marigold yellow, so there must be another one in underneath that somewhere. Ah, there it is, hiding. 2 marigold yellow, 2 ivory white, 1 bubblegum pink, 1 tan brown, 1 pumpkin orange, 1 fern green, 1 buttermilk yellow, and 1 sherbet lemon glitter card. Such a beautiful springy combination. That will be really, really lovely to put together. Now, we really can't wait any longer to look at these dies. I'll open the little pack up first of all, and there's a little sticker here, and I'm going to just pop that right on the front of my little wallet, and that way when I put it into my binder I'll know right away what's inside. So what have we got in here? All of the pieces that will make up the little bunny and the little egg. Oh, a little carrot, little birdie feet. Oops, there's one's just going to go walkies if I don't attach it somewhere quickly. There we are. And of course, little pieces that you can use for other things as well. So we've got this little hexagon and the triangle, bunny ears. Bunny ears. I think those are ears, but I see they look like little bunny arms on here. If you have a look, I actually like the shape of those. I had a lop-eared bunny, and those would be cute for that. These are the insides of the ears and little nose. Oh, it's so cute. Little eyes and all sorts of bits and pieces here. So anyhow, I am going to show you that in more detail soon, but that was just a very quick look through it, and we'll have a little look here at what is in the stamp set. Little whiskers and nose and 2 beautiful designs that you can put on those panels. For you, Happy Easter, and lots of other little bits and pieces there as well, and Easter up here too. Those are individual stamps, so that's why there's just 1 E there. Right, now let's have a look at what's in this bag. Right, I love these. So these are pigmented watercolor pencils, hair and skin tone. I'm not going to open this because I've got a new one recently, and I'll open that and show you the colours through that in just a second. And then we've got some beautiful 12 nylon brushes for use with all mediums. Now, those are really, really great with these. I've used these so many times with the watercolor markers, the watercolor pencils, and you can get great effects from those. This is sparkle spray here, and I think if I check my little list again, I think there are 2 colours. You might have an either or. You might get frosted lemon, as I have here, or you might get sparkling mimosa. Sorry, I don't actually have the sparkling mimosa at the moment to show you, but this is really beautiful. and I will be showing you later how to use that as well. And of course we've got some beautiful crystal drops, and these are metallic shimmering rose. How cute. Right, I am going to do some die cutting and I will be right back. Since we last spoke, I've gone ahead and made this gorgeous little bunny. So I made this with the ivory card because really it was the only colour I thought in there that suited a little rabbit, and I have actually lined it inside because I've made this with 216 JSM card, which is in the kit, and the other one which has the egg on it, it's this one with panels and things. I've actually gone ahead and cut out lots of panels that I'm going to add on there. Will strengthen the outside of the egg or the whatever you're making, but on this one, because there's no other coloured panels going the whole way around here on the bottom or whatever, I just felt that this area was just a little flimsy for my liking. You could leave it like that if you're happy enough with it, but I went ahead and cut the inside panels with these dies and added them on inside there just to strengthen that. Isn't that so cute? Well, that one was pretty straightforward, so I'm going to show you how to make the little egg with the chick inside, but I just wanted you to see that one as well. Look at the little feet. I had thought of making a lop-eared rabbit, as I said, because I love those little rabbits, but I thought it might just be too much just hanging down from there, but it actually might have been nice instead of these ears to have these ones. Oh well. Anyway, the other thing I was going to say before I go any further, because I don't want to forget, back whenever the baubles were released, this is the large Christmas bauble that I made quite a while ago. I just was going to show you that I had made a video showing how to make this, and then came back at a later stage and showed you how to make this piece here. So you can lift up this panel, and this is a decorative panel. I show how to get all this assembled, and you know how it's 3D and all the rest of it, and you can lift it by that little tab and you still have this beautiful area in here for gifts or whatever. So in case you fancy doing that with this one, you can go ahead and go back to that and refer to that video if you want, and it'll give you the same idea as how to adapt this piece as well, because you could do something there, but I'm just leaving this as it is. The other thing is that I have used little magnet closures on here, so this does actually just open and close like that, and there are other little ribbon closures, but I thought that looked so cute. Little rabbit. Right, now I'm going to cut out all the pieces for the little egg, and I will be right back again. You'll get instructions inside your kit, and mine actually weren't there, so I've just printed these off, and as you can see, my printer's struggling at the minute. I think I need a new one, but anyhow, on this page it says creating your Easter egg, so that is this shape here. Oh, I forgot to show you his little tail. You could actually stick a lovely little pom-pom on there too, that would be nice. But anyway, this is the basic egg shape without the ears, of course, and when you've made that up, then following these instructions, or following my instructions, then you can go on to this one, and that shows you all the different pieces that you will cut out to make the little bunny, and then all the little pieces to be used to make the egg or the little chick. So just thought I should point that out too. I've gone ahead this time with the marigold coloured paper, and I've cut out lots of stuff, and then I've used some of the glitter card and a little bit of ivory white. I actually took my 2 sheets to make up most of all the bits and pieces that I had there, so I didn't have much ivory left. In fact, I think that's about all I've left there, so I dug out some more that I had, so it does no harm just to have a little bit extra if you want. Anyhow, I have now cut out 6 of these, so that's with this larger die here. So I have 6 of those, and I've got 6 of those. I have 4 of these pieces here. That was made with this die. And then I have decorated with these, but you'll also see that I've got 2 little hexagons. So one is a medium size and one is a large size, and there are 2 dies for cutting those as well. And those are the pieces that I'm going to glue all these other pieces to. Anyhow, what I want to do now is show you how I've decorated the panels. So I have taken this die and I've cut that out in ivory, and then I have taken this one and this one in the glitter card, and I have backed one directly on top of the other. So the plain one then was made with this one, and then I used the 2 together with the glitter card, and I glued those both together. And then I went ahead and glued those onto some of these. Now I think I remember saying at the start of the last time I did a video like this that it's actually easier just to glue them all together first and then put these on afterwards, and you know, it probably still is, but I went ahead because I got a bit carried away and I glued most of these on. So anyhow, this is what this panel will look like, and then it's very, very important that you go ahead with your bone folder. Mine's on my desk here, at my other desk. So it's really, really important that this area here particularly, and also this one, but this is really, really important to have a crisp edge on that. And the reason is that these are the edges that you're making with those top and bottom. On this one as well, it's going to be this part, so make sure those are really, really, really crisply burnished, because those will then go together, and if they're nice and neat, the whole thing will look neat the whole way around where the join is here, where the two pieces come together. And I know some people asked before, why did it not look so neat there? And that's the reason. At this stage, if you make sure you've done that, and this reminds me of when I was at school and I was learning to sew, and my sewing teacher told us to press everything, to iron it as we went along in stages, and that way everything would be really, really neat. So just make sure at every stage that everything's neat, and not just leave it to the last minute and hope it all goes together well. So we've got that, and we're going to add all of these pieces, the little panels, onto the side of that, and then we're going to glue all of these together onto the hexagons. Now you'll notice that that has a little curl on it. I could show you it on this one probably here. So I have just taken, sorry, I'll score it first, that's better. Right across there, really, really well, and right across here. Now, going from the flat edge, just because it's easier, take something rounded like a pen or something like that, and just mold that slightly. And it gives that, it makes it easier to glue together at the end. And then you can go ahead and fold back all these, and it's not as important to get all of these burnished. You just need to fold them back. And see this little tiny one here? This isn't a glue tab, so that's just really filling in those little gaps so that there's no holes or nothing showing through. And the semicircle ones are actually the glue tabs. So again, just give that a little shape. It makes it a lot easier to put together at the end if it's already curved, and go ahead and glue that on. I've done exactly the same thing for the bottom pieces. I've cut out 6 of these, and then I have used the little decorative panels together, that one and the plain one, to do the decorative part here, and then just the plain one, which is this one, and that was for the ivory. And again, very, very important to burnish all those edges. Now if you lift out the 2 hexagons that you have already cut, you'll see the difference in the sizes of them. So the smaller one here, these edges correspond with the tops of these longer pieces here. So what you want to do is go ahead and glue all of these pieces here onto this one, and then we'll start attaching these. On the other one, they will all fit directly onto there. So you're going to do exactly the same thing on this one as you've done with this one. So if you follow along with this, just repeat it on this one. Now I'm going to start to attach all of this together. So remembering that you just put glue on the semicircular glue tabs and not on those little bits in between. Just do one piece at a time. And then what I like to do is hold the top one together and hold that really, really tightly, and make sure that that's really, really secured at the top and that it's tight and there are no little gaps in between it. And the glue will be absolutely fine on the rest of these while that one grabs. And once you've done that, then you can go ahead and feel in behind with one finger and your thumb on top, and you'll be able to work your way down the rest of those little tabs. And just check down here all the time that you've got no little gaps, and then you can see there how well that looks. All you need to do now then is repeat that the whole way around, and then when we come to the end, I like to cut out another little hexagon and put it on there just to keep that all secure. And now I'm going to do exactly the same thing with this one. Next we're going to add these little pieces on, and I always like to start that by folding all these tabs backwards first of all, because this is actually going to go in below there. So I fold these back and then I put glue on here, and I find this just works best, keeps it all nice and neat, and hopefully you'll like this too. So just hold this up against here and make sure you have that all lined up, and take a little moment or two just to make sure that you don't let go too soon, and then this will not be straight here. So once that's glued and held in place, go to the tab directly opposite and do exactly the same thing. This way you're going to keep it all in a nice neat shape instead of working all around, because if you get just a little millimetre out in one of them, well, it's not going to look right by the time you get to the end of it. But this way you can come back to this, move that over, and back here, hold that all straight, and look, it's going to go really neatly. Back to here, and then this one, and then these two, and do exactly the same thing on this one. Now that I've got these at this stage, I just want to show you another little tip for making sure this is lovely and neat. You can go around this with your fingernail and thumbnail and just pinch the two together very gently right around, and that way you can be sort of doubly sure that you've got a lovely crisp edge in that, and then those will look really well. I've already done it, but you can see how nice and straight they look whenever you put them together there. Now I thought at this stage, I hope this doesn't sound disjointed, but as the things come to my head, then I am bringing them in just to remind me. Last Easter, Tonic released this beautiful big Eggscellent Easter egg die set, and I just wanted to show you the size of that beside the size of this one so that you can compare the two. So this one obviously, one sits up inside the other like this. It's slightly different closure to the one that we're working on here, but whenever that's together, right up in there, there's the full size. So that's the size of them both together. There you are, and the size difference. I'll measure them later, but at the moment I just wanted to show you those. I'm keeping these two separately. I'm not joining them together just yet, but I just, as that came into my mind, I thought I'll show you it now. So there you are, that's what they look like side by side. Now to make this little chick, I have cut out 6 of these and I've burnished these parts again very well with the bone folder, and you can see there that they're actually going to point outwards this time. Normally you would fold the glue tabs all inwards, but all of these ones fold outwards. And then I folded all these back, and you can see up here, hopefully you can see, this actually gets folded this way, and there's also a little extra piece on there. And then this is the extra small hexagon, and I'm going to glue these directly on top of that, and then I'll be overlapping those onto this little piece. So this little area here right across there fits in behind there just like that, but obviously then once you add that on, it will show you. Just make sure you get it straight in at the back, right across there. This little piece then goes out to the side, and you'll be able to overlap each one the whole way around, and you'll know you've got it exactly in the right place when each one just goes in there and the next one comes right out to the edge of the next little part of the hexagon. So directly on top of that one, and then this point then will come out to here, and follow that the whole way around then. Now you just work along these little areas here, putting glue on the semicircles again, the way we did for the egg itself. And again, it's just easier if you start at the bottom one, line that tab up, and then once that has dried at the bottom, or even just grabbed there, you'll be able to just work your way right up into the center here and follow that the whole way around. And now you can go around the bottom and add glue on all of these little tabs, and you'll know that's all in the right position when it's sitting nice and flush. It looks like a little fireman's helmet. And then you can take the small one and put it on the top. So that's the small hexagon. We were told to cut a small and an extra small one at this stage, and that will get glued on here, and that will cover up all those little glue tabs. I've gone ahead now and added my little hinge on here, but I haven't added these pieces on yet because I just want to be sure that I've got all of this in the right place. But that's now on there exactly the same way as I did with the first little egg that I turned into the rabbit. Goodness, there are some strange sentences in this. Anyhow, here we go. We've got the other little hinge now I've cut out in the same colour as the chick. This is getting too weird, isn't it? And I have glued it on here, and as you can see, it actually comes out a little bit over the back of that, but that's fine, that's the way it's supposed to be. And now I'm going to glue this one onto here, and that center that, and then that will be able to lift up and down like that. I've added the second little hinge onto the top part here, which is the little chick, and you can see, if you look very closely there, you can see that's the edge of this part here. The whole way around goes right round there, so the hinge actually does sit out a little bit beyond that. It protrudes a little bit beyond that. That's how it's supposed to be, because that means then it's centered the whole way around here, and this will close properly here, and then this will obviously close on top of that. And there you are, and I'm just going to let that sit for a moment or two till the glue dries. Do be sure now that that does close over before you leave it for the glue to dry. Make sure that it does all fit and be enclosed in there. But I'm going to go now and cut the little pieces out for the face of the chick. Well, just before I do add that little face onto that, I thought I would go ahead and tidy up the inside of this. So I've put my this piece on here, and then I have another piece to put on here. So I glued the 5 of these on. Now it does say to cut out 6, but you wouldn't really be able to put the 6th one on unless it goes on there and stands up, and I don't really want any more bulk just in that area, so I'm going to leave that one off. And this is still obviously up in here. Now you could put the little closure that's with the kit inside here and attach it up here, but what I've done again is just like I've done on the little rabbit here, I've put 2 magnets in. So I've actually put one in and it's just below this. It's not tucked right in underneath this time because I thought that might just be too many layers of card for it to try and catch through. So if it was in there, it would have a couple of extra layers. And here you're not actually even going to notice that too much because I'm going to put this on top as well. So I have this one ready, and the magnet is in here, and you can see there that it's just going to close nicely. But I've also got this piece cut out and I want to put this on here. I think whenever I look at that, and you are probably going to be exactly the same, doesn't that look just gorgeous sitting out like that? I probably could have added that piece in before I added the hinge, and then it would have sat out from the end there, but not to worry, I know that's the back, so I don't really mind that it's not coming out there. But what I do really love about this is that you can look at it this way and you'll see one thing, you'll see it open like that, and the little egg, whatever inside, the little egg with the chick inside. But if you just turn that up and have a look at it there and think of it opening this way, well, you've got a whole different thing there. And you could, I know what I see already. I can see this in sort of lightish brown, maybe shiny card, and then this one in textured card in dark brown, and a bit of twig coming out of the top without all of this, of course, and you've got an acorn. Wouldn't that be really nice? Actually, there's just so many things you could do with that. Anyhow, back to this one in hand. I have to cut out that little face. I'm going to do that and come straight back again. I've gone ahead then and put the little face on the one that's inside here, and you'll be able to see it here. It's really, really lovely. It's so, so cute. Look, it actually reminds me of one of those little, I'm not even sure of the name, but Japanese lunch boxes where you put the rice and everything in and you put the little faces on the things. Isn't that so cute? Anyway, the noise is Nico snorting. He wanted to get up to see what was going on here because I think he just liked the look of those little eggs on the desk. So there he is, just having a little look. Now, that turned out really, really well. I'm really happy with that one. And then I've gone ahead, look at the little wings. Now you can't actually turn those wings out because they would catch on the side of that, but that does look really lovely like that. And I don't think I mentioned it before, but I changed the piece at the top and added some glitter on. Now I have gone ahead then and made the complete little chick from this one, so it's exactly the same as I did for the top of this one. So it's this same piece, and you can see I have just made a second part, so it's exactly the same on the bottom, except that I have just decorated the top part. And this time you can turn those little wings out, and look, isn't that really cute? So you can see it's got little feet on here, and excuse me, down you go. Nico had had enough there. So you can see there I've put the little feet on in here, and I've just put a little hexagon of green to sort of look like grass or whatever to stabilize this because the base of it is quite small. And look at the little hair. Isn't that lovely? And this just opens and closes like that. And I've left this out just to show you that there is a little chick hinge, and I hadn't actually noticed that, so I changed it. I had put the bigger hinge in and it sat out the back. This is the one that you'll use for that. I'm actually not too sure. I may have been supposed to use it here too. I'm not too sure, but that one actually looks fine. So now I have made all the little bits and pieces, and I'm going to have a little look at some of the crafty things that were in that bag. The brushes and the pencils and the drops and whatnot, the sprays. So I'll be right back in just a minute or two. I'm going to have a little play with my Nuvo brushes. So I've just taken them out. There are 12 nylon brushes for use with all mediums, as it says on the top of it there. And I usually keep my brushes in here, but you can see the sizes are marked on them there. So we've got flat brushes and round brushes in a mixture of sizes. Now what I'm going to do here is something very, very simple, and I'm not even using watercolor card. This is just ordinary 300 GSM smooth card from Tonic. It's craft perfect, and I'm really doing something that anybody can do, so I don't want you to get too caught up. Do you know what I was thinking the other day? Quite often whenever we're children, we just love crafting and love drawing, and then as we get older we sort of think, is this good enough? Is this real art? Just enjoy it and don't worry about any of those things. So here we are. I'm going to do a few sort of bits and pieces on this page, and hopefully you'll enjoy it too. So I've taken out the strawberry milkshake pencil, and here's the tin. It's just really, really beautiful skin tones, and it's gorgeous, really lovely colours in it. You can see the front of it there, hair and skin tones. So you just watch along and see if you enjoy this kind of thing, and if you don't, you can try something else with it. You can colour in stamps, you can use it properly, as I would say, on watercolour paper or whatever, but I hope you enjoy this. I'm really just laying down some pencil, adding some water and having fun. I've gone ahead and mounted that onto some of the bubblegum pink card from the kit there, and then I put it onto a 5-inch square card. And is it perfect? No, it isn't, but I had fun, and it actually makes a tolerable little card, and I really would love you to try that sort of thing, because I think you're going to enjoy it an awful lot more than you expect. I printed out the For You, just stamped it out with one of the little stamps from the set, and cut it out with the little tag die. That's this little one. And then I've added a little loop of ribbon, and I'm just going to pop that round about there. And I don't know, I actually quite like that, and I think if someone sent me that and I knew they had made it, I would be very, very pleased. So I have now got the shimmering rose, that's even nicer, drops, and I'm just going to try a little bit out to make sure that there's no air bubbles, and put some in here as well. I'm going to spray a little bit of this sparkle spray. So this is the frosted lemon, and I want a very, very, very light misting of it, so I don't want too much at all. It's very important not to spray it too closely if I'm going to do that, and I don't want any overspray. So this is an old kit box, and I just keep it there for so that I don't spray all over the place. I don't want that on my desk. So I'm just giving this a little swirl around to get all the mica up, and then I'll give it a little spray. And that's actually plenty for all that I'm looking for today. But another thing that you can use this for is by spraying this into a little container, just like a little pot or something, and then you can pick that up with a brush and paint with it as well, and it has the most beautiful sparkle when it dries. But I'm going to go ahead and dry this off with my heat gun, and then I'm going to use that as the background for my next card. I went ahead with that then and put the little banner up at the top, so I took out all the little letters separately and then the little banner shape separately. But you can actually do it this way and take the letter shape out of the banner, but I have actually just glued it up on top, and I put it on top of that panel that I had used the sparkle spray on, and then I used an oval for a little face, and I used what was the arms of the bunny rabbit, and I used them for ears to make a lop-eared rabbit. And I've put 2 little carrots down here, and you know, it looked like a rabbit in my head, and I'm not so sure, it may just look like a dog now, but anyway, it's a nice little Easter card. And I really just put the carrots there, I have to be honest, to suggest that that was a rabbit. Oh well, it feels like a while now since I started this kit, but I have been enjoying it as I've gone along, and I think there's quite a lot more to do that you can experiment with than really meets the eye at first. So let's have a very, very quick recap, but don't forget that there will be lots more photos at the end of the video, and obviously then my affiliate links and everything will be down there too at the bottom of the video. But I'm just going to have a very, very quick recap. There's the little bunny with the magnetic closure. Then the next one I made was this beautiful egg, and I'm really, really looking forward to seeing all the different things that you'll be able to do with this, because I know as soon as you get that, you'll have more time than I will have, because I have to move on to other sets. But you will definitely take that and run with it, and you'll have all sorts of things in there. It won't just be an egg with a little chick, but how cute is that? Can you just imagine that, giving that as a gift with some beautiful little mini eggs or something inside, and then that absolutely gorgeous little chick. And I don't even want to part with those. It's too nice. Going to sit in my desk for a little while. And then this little card. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of that, because I'm actually quite pleased with how that turned out. And I think that's something that we all need to do a bit more, is just go with the flow, just enjoy ourselves, and don't worry too much about all the nitty-gritty details and all that. Just to have fun. Crafting is really supposed to be therapeutic. Well, I think it's supposed to be therapeutic anyway. And it's supposed to be enjoyed. Don't get too stressed and too worked up about it. And there, I'm not even going to get too stressed up and worked up about the fact that my little, what was supposed to be a rabbit, has turned out looking more like a dog. So there you are. Thank you very, very much for watching, and until next time, happy crafting. Don't forget, sorry, I should have said, if you haven't already subscribed, don't forget to do that. Hit the notification bell, share if you like, give it a big thumbs up, and leave me a little comment to let me know what you think. Until next time, happy crafting. Bye bye.